The red carpet outside the historic Grauman's Chinese Theater in Hollywood pulsed with a frenzy of flashes, like lightning trapped in a bottle, each burst illuminating the carefully curated glamour of the night. I stood just off to the side, in a simple black gown that hugged my frame without demanding attention, my hands folded tightly as if to hold myself together. My sister, Elena, was the star, her emerald dress shimmering under the lights, her laughter a practiced melody that drew reporters like moths. "Elena, over here," they shouted. And she obliged, stepping forward with that effortless grace she'd honed since our childhood in suburban Atlanta. I lingered in the periphery, a shadow in her radiant frame. A nearby guest whispered to her companion, "Is that her sister? The one who does the behind-the-scenes stuff?" Before the words could settle, my mother leaned into a microphone, her southern drawl polished to a sheen from years of PTA meetings and church socials. "Oh, that's just Mia," she said, waving dismissively. "She likes to tag along sometimes." The words landed like a quiet slap, but I didn't flinch. I'd learned long ago that reacting only made the shadows deeper. As the crowd surged, Elena flicked her wrist, a subtle, imperious gesture I'd known since we were kids sharing a bedroom, fighting over who got the bigger closet. It meant back off. "You're in the way." I shifted, my heel catching on the carpet's edge, sending a jolt through my body as I stumbled slightly. No one noticed, all eyes were on her. Straightening up, I forced a smile, the kind that hid the burn in my chest. Maybe it was just for a cleaner photo, I told myself. But deep down, the truth gnawed. I was never meant to be in the picture at all. Inside the theater's opulent lounge, champagne fizzed in crystal flutes, and trays of artisanal bites circulated like whispered secrets. I hovered near a marble fireplace, its low flames mirroring the simmer in my gut. My father was boasting to an investor about Elena's natural talent, his chest puffed like he was recounting his own glory days as a high school quarterback. "She was directing backyard plays at 10, he said, ignoring the fact that I'd been the one scripting them. Hiding in the garage with a notebook while she took the bows. A journalist approached, notepad in hand. Both daughters in the industry. Right? My mother chuckled, not even glancing my way. "Elena's our shining star. Mia? She's more of a helper, creative in her own quiet way. But let's not steal the spotlight tonight." The words sliced deeper than any fall, a casual erasure that tasted like bile. I sipped my champagne, the bubbles turning metallic on my tongue, gripping the glass until my knuckles whitened. They didn't whisper it anymore, they broadcast it. Flashbacks flooded in, missed art shows. My college acceptance to a state school dismissed while Elena's NYU drama program got a family celebration. I exhaled slowly, setting the glass down before it shattered. Tonight, something shifted. I wouldn't fade into the background anymore. As the lights dimmed for the screening, I slipped into a seat near the back, the velvet armrest cool under my fingers. Someone settled beside me, an older man in a tailored jacket, his silver hair catching the faint glow, his presence heavy with unspoken authority. He turned, his eyes sharp. I froze, recognizing him vaguely from industry panels. But before I could speak, the film began. The cocktail reception thrummed with jazz and clinking glasses, the air thick with perfume and ambition. Gold-trimmed walls gleamed under chandeliers, and I stood by a table of untouched canapes, watching Elena soak up praise for the promotional trailer that had gone viral. "Genius editing," one producer gushed. "Those emotional beats hit like a gut punch." Elena nodded graciously, as if she'd slaved over every frame. But I had the sleepless nights in my cramped Atlanta apartment, tweaking transitions, layering sound, color-correcting her awkward interviews until they shone. I'd even fixed her stutters, splicing in smoother takes without a word. Now, she raised a glass. To the vision that brought this to life, she toasted. Owning it all. I stood frozen. My heart a lead weight. Erased again. Not invisible, but deliberately wiped clean. Who handled that trailer? A screenwriter beside me asked. His tone admiring. Loved the rhythm shift. Elena smirked across the room. Some freelancer I hired, can't recall the name. The lie stung like venom. Her eyes meeting mine for a split second, daring me to challenge. I gripped my flute tighter, the glass threatening to crack. Freelancer. She knew my name. She'd begged for my help. I turned away, approaching my parents chatting with an elderly couple. There's Mia, my father said, patting my back like a consolation prize. She dabbles in graphics or something. The woman smiled politely. Creative family, my mother added. Mia's talented, but not the Hollywood type. Their words were a script I'd heard forever, high school writing awards tucked away, while Elena's debate trophies gleamed on shelves. I excused myself to the restroom, splashing water on my face, staring at a reflection that felt like a stranger. Patterns tightened like a noose, helper, supporter, shadow. For years ago, I'd edited an indie short that buzzed online. But NDAs and Elena's connections buried my name under her creative oversight. Theft. Dressed as politics. On the balcony. The LA night air cooled my skin. A brief respite from the suffocating laughter inside. I scrolled my phone to a hidden folder, color palettes. Notes. Uncredited drafts. I don't need their credits, I whispered. I'll claim my own. Re-entering. I spotted the older man again. His posture steady. You cut that trailer. Didn't you? He said. Voice low but piercing. I froze, not from shock, but from being seen. Excuse me. He smiled faintly. I'm retired now, but I ran indie festivals. Saw your touch in a piece years back, sharper than the credits admitted. His words landed like balm on old wounds. Don't vanish. Mia. He melted into the crowd. I needed space. Slipping out a side door into the city's hum. Pulling my phone again. I found an old photo, a battered camcorder from childhood. Flashback hit hard. I was 11. Aunt Clara from Portland gifting it after I babbled about filming neighborhood stories. I'd shot one clip, sunlight filtering through curtains like a dream. But by evening, Mom had handed it to Elena. She's older. She'll use it better. The file vanished. Deleted or dismissed. That was my first lesson. My creations weren't mine. I stopped asking for the camera, murmuring to the empty night. Fingers tapped deeper into cloud files, evidence of every stolen project. It's always make, take, fade. My phone buzzed, a message from an old contact. Theo Grant. Saw you at the premiere. Thought you'd want this. Attached, a screenshot of trailer raw V1 Mia final. My breath hitched. He'd saved my original. Watermark intact, MH0001. Before Elena's team scrubbed it. I'm taking this back, I whispered. The uncoil of resolve beginning. 3 years prior. In our family's Atlanta dining room. Over takeout pizza. I'd shared news of a docuseries gig, directing a segment on a shoestring. Mom forked her salad. Benefits? No. Dad set his slice down. Mia. Elena just landed a commercial, real money. You can't chase dreams forever. It wasn't about cash. I protested weakly. But they pushed the safe job, marketing assistant. Steady pay. I declined the doc. Lying about commitments. Temporary. I told myself then. But it calcified into defeat. Now, at another family dinner post-premiere, Elena flaunted a magazine feature, Rising Visionary. She tossed it my way. Mia helped with layouts. I corrected, I designed the entire deck. Ran tests. Mom smiled tightly. You're such a team player. Dad chuckled, servant's heart. It burned, compliment as cage. I'm not your shadow, I said. Mom blinked. You're the glue. I laughed bitterly. Glue gets trampled. Silence fell. Honest for once. In my apartment later. I deleted forwarded congrats emails. Then opened a fresh doc, my storyboard. My narrative. Titled, Created by Mia Hartley. They cast me as support, I murmured. I'm recasting. A notification. Elena's panel on women in film. Let's see her without my script. The words echoed as I stared at my laptop's glow. Apartment dim save for the screen. A flash drive from Theo. Plugged in now, my raw trailer. Metadata stamped MH. Before Elena's panic call 2 years back. Begging edits. I'd sacrifice sleep. A friend's event. For her vision. No thanks. Just her Insta post, my late night cuts. Lie upon lie. Tonight. Something snapped, not rage. But cold precision. I created a folder, reclamation. Dropped files. Screenshots. Timestamps. Inbox pinged, anonymous. Saw Elena pitch your trailer as hers. Sorry I stayed quiet. Attached, email chain praising her solo edit. She didn't omit, she fabricated. I added it. Created a private link. Power in waiting, she in dry grass. Me with the match. I opened editing software. Real Cut Chapter 1. Draft email ready. Attachments lined. But no send. Waiting was sharper. The timeline blinked. Apartment sounds filtering in, distant traffic. Neighbors' music. I unearthed an old drive, buried edits 2019. A full film I'd shaped. Nominated regionally, Elena in Spotlight. Me streaming alone. She'd introduced me, for my brand. No credit. Keep it off your name. Loyalty's illusion. Watching my cuts now. Chest ached, they sang because of me. Email pinged, stranger. Saw your rhythm in that film. Attached, Reddit thread praising the edit. Doubting Elena. Validation sparked permission. Notebook out, visibility plan. Listed projects. Proofs. Reactivated portfolio. Time to see who's behind the keyboard. Scheduled post, my stories. Named now. Reminder set. Phone buzzed. Red Clay Studios. Heard your name. Let's talk. The subject lingered. Unopened. Vimeo link attached, behind scenes rough. Grainy, me editing in Elena's cluttered LA pad. Her snapping a photo over my shoulder, the one she posted as her cuts. Choreographed theft. Stomach twisted. Dragged screenshot to folder. Old notebook from underbed, cracked cover. Inherited draft 1. My script at 24, dialogue lifted verbatim into Elena's award winner. No credit. Scanned. Saved. Clear as kind, I whispered. Boundaries unclear too long. Walked to corner store for ginger ale. Streets muggy. Past mural. Tell your story or someone else will. Home. Elena's post. Her with my mood board. Slow smile. See you. The Austin Film Center was unassuming. Sandwiched between a bookstore and shuttered cafe. I registered not as guest, but panelist. Recommended anonymously. Green room, woman with clipboard. Mia Hartley? You asked about emotional editing years ago, Prof remembered. Mind flashed, college masterclass. My question on empathy. Moderator waved me on. Stage, Elena Center. Smile faltering at my sight. Topic, credit. Authorship. Elena first, collective. But leadership matters. I leaned in, clarity's not optional. Erasing builders isn't leading. Phones rose. Whispers buzzed. Panel ended. Applause curious. Shoulder tap, Grayson. The retired festival head. Near cut carved emotion. Elena nearby, she helped. I faced her. I created. You claimed. No more. Grayson nodded. Left. Elena silent. Outside. Clip circulated. Wrong sister. Views exploded. Woke to phone frenzy. 2 million views. My name trending. Inbox. Support. Offers. Published portfolio with proofs. Internet never forgets. Coffee brewing. Light felt like dawn. Dad texted. People asking if true. No reply, let silence echo. Vlogs. Quiet force Mia Hartley. Producer DM, your style. Rate. Podcast invite. Night. Elena's email. Emergency statement draft. PR spin. Miscommunication. Ignored. Grayson's video. Direct our new project. You lead. Recognition hit deep. Teaser reposted with my name. Producer apology video. Ignored Mia's pitch, my fault. Mom. Humiliating. Went public. Replied. Stopped hiding. No more. Contract open. Director Mia Hartley. Hadn't signed border to new self. Mom called. Not proud. Made mess. Sharper. Never enough. Hung up. Deleted number. Walked neighborhood. Past high school plaque. Elena's honor. Sharpie on palm. Create from truth. Home. Boxed old relics. Past. Open if needed. Assistant message. Announce at awards. Smiled. My name first. Hotel car to gala. Simple dress. No entourage. Carpet clicks. Mia Hartley. Director. Seat with name. Award. Emerging director. Stage. Was others editor. Now my title. Silence chosen. Not imposed. Offstage. Journalist. Elena's industry withdrawal. Some stories end. Dad email. Understand. Sorry. Replied. Not for you. Closed shared accounts. Contract signed. Final cut mine. Portfolio update. Director. Editor. Author. Quote. Dream bigger than you. Empty theater visit. Chair center. For me now. Intern. Idea pitch. Only if your name's on it.